Welcome to the Velvet Room, a place that exists between dream and reality, mind and matter. My name is Resident Unleashed, and let us take a look deep within yourself to reveal your true form. Ah yes, I see it as none other than the master of disguise, Arsene. Arsene Lupin is a fictional gentleman thief and master of disguise created in 1905 by French writer Maurice Leblanc. He was originally called Arsene Lupin until a local politician of the same name protested. The character was first introduced in a series of short stories serialized in the magazine Je sais tout. The first story, The Arrest of Arsene Lupin, was published on the 15th of July 1905. Lupin was featured in 17 novels and 39 novellas by Leblanc, with the novellas or short stories collected into book form for a total of 24 books. The character has also appeared in a number of books from other writers, as well as numerous film, television, stage play, and comic book adaptations. 5 authorized sequels were written in the 1970s by the celebrated mystery writing team of Boileau Narcissier. Arsene Lupin is a literary descendant of Pierre-Alexis Ponson du Terray-Rochambeau, whose adventures were published from 1857 to 1870. Like him, he is often a force for good, while operating on the wrong side of the law. Those whom Lupin defeats always stay with his characteristic Gallic style and panache, are worse villains than him. Lupin shares distinct similarities with E.W. Hornung's archetypal gentleman thief, A.J. Raffles, whose stories were published from 1898 to 1909. The character of Arsene Lupin might also have been based on French anarchist Maurice Jacob, whose trial made headlines in March of 1905. But Leblanc had also read Octave Mirabeau's The 21 Days of a Neurasthenic, which features a gentleman thief named Arthur Lebeau, and had seen Mirabeau's comedy Scrupules, whose main character is a gentleman thief. In Persona 5, Arsene is the initial and signature persona of Ren Amamiya. Arsene is obtained during Ren's first confrontation with Shadow Kamoshida in Kamoshida's palace, where Arsene personally teaches Ren how to fight during his first battle. He talks to Ren once again once he reaches the same point as the story's beginning at Nijima's palace, facing off against the Moloch. The Shujin Academy Library has a book based on him called The Great Thief that boosts knowledge, while one of Kawakami's quiz questions is on the book about his exploits. In Persona Q2, Arsene is available to Ren from the beginning of the title and is with him permanently throughout the game. Having only appeared in these titles, Arsene has but one compendium entry linking him back to his roots. A being based off the main character of Maurice Leblanc's novels, Arsene Lupin. He appears everywhere and is a master of disguise. He is known to help law-abiding citizens. In both the manga and the anime adaptations of the game, Arsene makes a brief cameo appearance as a fiery shadow in the first chapter and episode. He appears before the protagonist after he initially uninstalls the Metaverse Navigator app on his way to Cafe LeBlanc for the first time. In the 4th episode of the anime, Arsene is fused with Pixie during the battle with Shadow Kamoshida. He reappears in episode 26, right before the protagonist is about to be captured by the police, reminding him to keep remembering the bonds he had forged since last spring. In the Dark Sun special, he is summoned to fight against Goro Akechi's persona, Loki, and is able to defeat it, resulting in victory against their former ally. Arsene has also made appearances in Star Ocean Anamnesis and Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. In Star Ocean Anamnesis, he simply appears as Ren's persona, and in Super Smash Bros. Ultimate, he is summoned once Joker's Rebellion gauge is full to assist Joker in battle. Arsene has, from top to bottom, a very tall top hat, a long-hauled mask for its face, a cropped red 18th century-esque suit worn open with the collar popped, stitch heart designs on the shoulders, a white ruffle tie, a black-tailed corset running down its torso, large black feathery wings starting at around the small of its back, very long pointy fingernails, and red coverings on its leg resembling parts that would go with the cropped coat and heeled shoes with blade-like heels. Character designer Shigenori Shojima explained that Arsene was designed with an old-school vibe in mind. Arsene's wings are meant to evoke the image of a thief's cape in the viewer's mind and represent the idea that a thief can go wherever he wants. Arsene's skills in Persona 5 consist of Eha, Cleave, Secunda, Dream Needle, and Adverse Resolve. He is weak to Ice and Bless skills, while he resists Curse skills. In Persona Q2, his skills consist of Single Shot, Eha, Dream Needle, Rebel Vanguard, First Star, Agar, Assault Shot, Punishing Bite, Maega, Death Needle, Agar On, Return from Yomi, Broad Shot, Maega On, One Shot Kill, and Revolt Vanguard. Now it's time for some trivia. Did you know Arsene's 2 moves in the prologue, Agar On and Brave Blade, are impossible for him to learn normally and must be inherited via fusion or taught using skill cards. He would also be far too low level to face the Moloch in the prologue without multiple repeat strengthening sessions. Arsene is the only persona to speak to Ren should he be used in fusion, though this only occurs for the first time. One of the original's ideas for Persona 5 was to give the protagonist an entirely different persona instead of Arsene. The original idea was to have a persona based on the German demon Mephistopheles. However, the programmers were against this idea because the idea of a demon-based persona didn't fit into the thief theme of the game. Thank you guys so much for watching this episode of Persona History. If you enjoyed this episode of Persona History, leave a like and subscribe to help support my channel and the production of this series. Do you have a persona or a demon from Shin Megami Tensei that you'd like to see in an episode of Demon or Persona History? Leave your suggestions in the comments section down below.